Hi everyone, this is Sam from Booredatwork.com, and today we're taking a look at the Hadron Hydro from EVGA, the first case being built by EVGA and offered with the option of a liquid cooling system, which comes as a separate accessory. Now let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what this case has to offer. As you can see on the top here, it's very perforated, and if you can look through that perforation on the top, you would notice that there's two 20 millimeter fans in there. That's the entirety of the fans that does come with a case, so you would notice the perforation around the case or all across this build. So you've noticed that although there are a minimum amount of fans, just two fans, you are getting a lot of ventilation because those two fans are probably going to be giving you all the ventilation you need, as well as probably your CPU cooler. That's that. Now let's turn the case around and just have a look at exactly what you see in the rear. In the rear of the case, you can tell that you have you have holes for your, as I said, this is a liquid cooling compatible case, so you have holes for your tubes here, and this is probably a mount for your pump, and so your pump is going to probably most likely be mounted on the exterior. Now let's be clear why this is a good idea. This is a Min-ITX case. You really don't have that much space inside to fit a pump or anything else, so mounting the pump on the rear side of this is actually a pretty good idea. In the accessories pack, now as you can see, you have your radiator, you have a pump, you have your liquid coolant right here. Nice fluorescent. Okay, we have this EVGA Hadron. I guess this is the installation guide. All right. This is your CPU bracket and plate. Oh, that's not bad right there. What else do we have here? Well, you've seen the CPU water block, I guess. I have a bunch of screws and tools in here that we probably would use later. A funnel for getting the liquid into your reservoir. So this pump is built, I believe, with the reservoir on there. You don't have to have a separate reservoir. Don't know what size the pump is. This is part number 100 WC. Doesn't say what the kind of what kind of throughput you'll get on the pump. I'm sure it says so somewhere in the manuals. Now these are all, and these are pretty cool. These look like all chromed. These are all your screws and your locks. So that's actually pretty nice. They've provided it looks very quality. It feels really quality as well. I'll take one of these out. This feels really good in my hand. It's pretty solid. It looks as though it will stand the test of time. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else over here. Let's take that out carefully. Before we forget, right below here, these are your tubes. Your tubes to connect your components and to get the water flowing from one point to the other to your reservoir. So this is actually pretty cool. This is all standard, what you would expect from a standard, water or liquid cooling system. What EVGA has done is actually provided it in a kit format. So you have, should I say in a two-part kit format, so you get a case that's compatible with the liquid cooling kit itself. And just to read you off a few of the things here that are actually kind of really interesting here. You have an angle wrench, which is really nice that they provided that. You have your cooling fluid that comes with it, a funnel, a tube and adapter, as we pointed out, CPU water block, CPU water block plate. We have a pump and reservoir. We have adapters for 90-degree long and 90-degree short, washers, screws, bolt base. So basically everything we just mentioned in here, it just lists that out as being what you have, and it gives you the part numbers in here, or should I say it gives you an idea of what you should find in the box, just in case you want to check that you're not missing anything. What else you get? You get two bays here, so most likely that's going to be taken up with pretty huge graphics card, because I know you guys out there, and I know myself, I'm probably going to be putting a pretty standard awesome graphics card in there, so we'll let you know what graphics card we're putting in later on down the road. We're not too sure right now. This is your power supply down here. This is a power supply that's custom built for this particular case, so you're looking at a 80 plus gold 500 watts EVGA power supply. EVGA has been known to build amazing power supplies, so we know that this power supply, even though it's custom built for this particular case, is most likely going to deliver all the great build and quality we've come to expect from EVGA. Now let's flip this to the left side of it. Now you notice the left side panel is not, there's no, if you look in the case itself, if you can get a closer look at the case, what you notice, let's see, I'll open the case up later on, but what I can tell you this right now, there's no give between the chassis and the left panel here, so you're not going to be doing a lot of your cable management on this side of the case. As you can also notice, like I mentioned, there's a lot of perforation on even this side of the case. You're going to see this perforation the whole way through. But on the left panel here, what's really important is that you have three USB 3.0 cases. So there's going to be two USB 3.0 ports over here, as you can see. And you have a headphone jack and a microphone jack also on the left panel. Now let's take it to the front panel here. The front panel is pretty clean, and I like the design. If you've seen any of my builds, you've noticed that all the designs are pretty very clean. So this definitely fits in my with my design mentality. And the power buttons right here. You have the EVGA logo right there, and just a really clean look. Now I was hoping that they'll have probably like a handle in here that I could actually grab that with, but that's unfortunate that EVGA does not have that. Maybe the second go around when you build your next case, EVGA might think to maybe take my opinion and do that. Hey guys at EVGA, that would be a really nice add. Now let's go ahead and open this case. Now the case here is secured, or should I say the right panel of the case is secured by these 3 thumb screws, making it really easy to basically open up that panel. So this is not a case that you're gonna have to fight to get open. Let me slide that out. Get that out of here. And let's have a look in there. Now, as you can see, this is the power supply I was talking about. It's pretty thin. It's a very thin power supply. Whatever. You can see it right there. It's a thin power supply. I'm going to zoom in right now and kind of give you guys an idea of what that looks like. That's it right there. That's the power supply. That's a 500 watt power supply from EVGA. And I'm going to put that back down and zoom out. All right, now that's the power supply. As you can notice, this is the ITX case, so it's pretty tight. This is your whole area you have here to try to fit a motherboard, a graphics card, and everything else you're gonna fit on this back panel over here. Now, on the front panel, you have a space for several hard drives, probably most likely SSDs in our case, in this build's case. You have a little area here, which most likely will go for you, or will be used for your for your cable management. But one thing you would notice is, like I mentioned, the 2 20mm fans up top, you would notice that there are no other fans here, no fans whatsoever. So you're not gonna have any other fans in this case, as I mentioned. And as you can see, that's the back panel right here. And there's no give between the back chassis, between the chassis and the back plate. So yes, there's not going to be any cable management on that side of the case, as I mentioned. All in all, this is a pretty solid build for a first outing for EVGA. I'm really impressed. EVGA has done a really great job building power supplies and graphics cards, and we know what to expect from them when it comes to quality. They've tried to transfer this same expectation for quality over to the case, and we'll see how that happens over time, if the case actually withstands the test of time. My opinion is most likely it would. Now, let's just basically go ahead and say I'm looking forward to building a PC with this Min-ITX, especially using the water cooling accessories that come with the Hadron Hydro case. EVGA has gone ahead and really done a really bang up job on their first outing. We really look to see more from them. Once again, this is Sam from Booredatwork.com. Enjoy your entertainment.